Welcome to an episode. This is Original Seed coming at you live from my living room. It's been a while. Reason? Why? Because I've been busy, y'all. Busy. Not really, but you know what I mean. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking, and I won't let them in. So, a few days ago, I came across this article from Kotaku. Not because I read Kotaku, I don't. In fact, I don't really read too much video games online because they're all full of shit. Anyways, the reason why this article came to my attention was because I watch YouTube a lot. And there was a DJC Studios mentioned that Kotaku had a hit piece on the Intellivision Amico.
I cannot believe this stupid article by Kotaku. What a slander piece on the Amico. Filled with freaking lies.
And Kotaku had their article headline, "The new gaming console has become a giant car crash explained." And it pretty much goes throughout the whole timeline of the Amico from when it was bought from Tallarico to about now. And it actually dives into the whole pricing scheme, how it started to be $150, but in the end it turns out to be about $300.
Like, really? Like, oh, it's supposed to be like $180. Yeah, but remember it went through all these revisions and they announced that, that was back in 2018. It went through revisions with capacitive touchscreens, different components to make the system better. They didn't want it to be cheap.
It talks a lot about Tallarico and his behavior online and how it's how a CEO is not supposed to be acting that way, especially given that their console is not out yet and they're still taking in donations or investments. Your CEO, you kind of want to be a little bit more professional. You want him to be a troll online, and that's kind of what he does. Now, DJC and other people defend Tommy Tallarico for being obnoxious online because the people that he's engaging with are obnoxious. He's just going tit for tat.
Perceptions of a CEO saying how he acts. How would you act if people constantly criticize you, make fun of you, basically send you death threats, send your family death threats, send people that you work with threatening letters and emails and attacks? How would that make you feel when you're just like trying to make a fun game console?
The thing that's funny is that you don't see other CEOs from other companies going tit for tat because lions don't care what sheep think. So Phil Spencer, you don't see him going in Twitter tirades and just going back and forth and trying to silence people by threatening them legal action like they did Ars Technica, which goes through the whole article. They talk about that in the article. No, you don't see them doing that. So of course they're going to call out Tommy Tallarico for his weird behavior. And it is weird when you consider he's the CEO of a company. One that is kind of failing at the moment. One that's struggling to get out their console. One that's struggling to even get it finalized. They blame it on chip shortages, but I mean, how long can you blame it on chip shortages? Eventually you're going to have to, face the music and realize that you've probably, bit more than you can handle. And that's kind of what it looks like. So DJC argues that the article is full of slander and lies, but it's not. I mean, it really isn't. Well, actually, there is a little part that's slanderous.
Oh, and I love the other slander in here. Oh, the dude's a white supremacist and all. It's really a full-blooded Italian man. Wow, that's weird. I didn't know they let that into the white supremacy. Like me, I'm full-blooded Polak. I'm Polish. Yeah, they love me.
But it had nothing to do with the Amico necessarily. It has to do with the quartering. This article pretty much calls him out as a white supremacist. And he got pissed off, obviously. Well, because it's gonna not necessarily ruin his reputation, because he does have that reputation, deservingly or not. But like he said, if sponsors are to Google his name and they see that he's being called a white supremacist, it pretty much could kill his business, or at least hamper his money that he's able to make with his business, scaring away advertisements and whatnot. So he threatened to sue, which is crazy, because he will do it and he has done it before. So we'll see how that goes. As of right now, the article is still up. And in the article, it references that Tommy Tallarico follows a bunch of white supremacists. And there might be a few there, but a lot of them are just pretty much conservatives. And yeah, they're a little white-leaning, if you want to say, but they're not necessarily racist. You know what I mean? So there's a difference. And sure, it actually, it kind of is gray in between there. But when you see a real racist, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But this article has sparked so much controversy everywhere. But besides that little part, when they talk about the bothering, everything else is pretty legit. It goes into the history when how they bought it, how the games are not exclusive, not really, and how they had a mixed messaging when it came to pricing.
And what's this $20 price range of games? Even the physical came out at $17.99. Where'd they get that number?
First, they were going to be very cheap, no more than like $8. But then people started talking about Earthworm Jim. And it's like, what, if it's only $8, why are people going to put so much, why are developers going to put so much energy into these games? You know what I mean? So then they're talking about $20. I don't know, so there's just a bunch of stuff that they just don't have hammered down. And I think the reason why is because Tommy just speaks out of his ass. You know what I mean? Like he just keeps on talking and tries to make the Amico look good and just sound good and agree with other people. And then he don't deliver. And this is him not delivering. And it also talks about the games. And I mean, there are a few games that will get the Intellivision Amico boomers excited. But most of them are cell phone games, mobile games that are, old, that you can get pennies on the dollar, maybe for free. But instead, they want to charge you for them. And not only that, charge you about $300 for the system, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and read you this article. It's damn long. But I do suggest that you read it, just so you can catch up on this whole drama surrounding the Intellivision Amico. And if you're not close to it, I'm not close to it. I don't talk to Tommy. I don't talk to a lot of these Amico creators. I can see that they're too close to the project and they can't see how do you say it, the forest for the trees. I mean, everything's just so close that they can't see all the stuff that's bad with the console, and they take it personal. And that's what DJC did in his video. He couldn't explain why this is a shit article, only that it's slanderous. But where is the slander besides the bothering? Everything is pretty much it. How it's just a story of the Amico. Now, you may not like the writer, and they may have their intention was to create all this drama and hate for the console. But I mean, if the console was actually delivering on its promises, then you wouldn't have this problem. You wouldn't have this perception. So as far as the Kotaku article goes, I think it's fair. I think the Amico crowd really has to look at what's been going on. And sure, I know they played it, but they've played an unfinished product, a product that is struggling to get out. And that's pretty much what the article is telling everybody. The story of how it's been struggling his whole life. And we still don't know if it will come out. We'll see. Now, I personally think it's going to come out like in a limited supply. I don't think it's going to succeed. I don't think it has mass appeal. I think it was just a project that Tommy got in over his head with. And, the people that are working for him just pretty much needed a paycheck. And they figured, hey, let's get paid while we can. And then after that, we'll do something else. Sucks. Well, that's it. thank you guys for watching this episode. Remember, when shit's the fan, run.
Everyone, I'm the devastating Just Cause, and this is DJC Game Studios. Welcome to the show. I don't know what that was about. That was like some Michael Jackson stuff.